Now, I say both men and women are after the 10%, 10% of the other sex because men also want the same thing as well. But with men's criteria, it's a bit different. When in their mind, when it's high value, they're after a high value woman. Theirs skews more towards looks and youth rather than money. I mean, you don't often have an average earning guy or a guy earning an average salary saying they're after a rich woman as their partner. Look, some might, just because they want the easy life, I guess, mostly beta men. And if they're willing to admit it, because there is still a very big social stigma with, say, a rich woman hooking up with a poorer man. Okay, and mostly they see that as being almost saying left-handers in a world full of right-handers, so to speak. I mean, and not many women that are rich are willing to hook up with a poorer man. It's definitely the case that women marry across and up, and men marry across and down the social sphere. Okay, women want a man not to have to depend on her, for her not to have to be the provider. And so if it's someone that is actually poorer, then that's going to drag on her, so to speak. It means that she would have to drag the other person up and be providing for the other person more, whether or not voluntarily or involuntary, just because that she's earning more. So obviously more of the things would have to be paid by her. Okay, so a woman obviously would want a man that would be earning more than her or have at least as high education level. If they don't have as high education level, and because not all billionaires have PhDs, I think very few billionaires actually have very high levels of education. But it doesn't mean but they were still able to become billionaires, and I don't think any woman would reject a man that's a billionaire but doesn't have a degree. Okay, so in the end, some things still override, but then those sorts of men would still be seen as high value men. And apparently, I think it might have been Richard Branson that was dyslexic, and but. Hey, it didn't, and he cannot even read his own company accounts. He has to rely on others. But hey, it did not prevent him from becoming ultra wealthy. And because he's still highly desirable and seen as a high value man. And so this is the thing. But men tend to, yes, marry across and down. So anyone on their level, whether it be in terms of looks, I wouldn't say pretty much looks, but in terms of education level, income level, or lower. Though if a woman, I guess, is at about the same level, education-wise, then looks don't matter as much. She has to actually be at least decent looking. I mean, this is the thing, men are more visual in nature. Okay, they're more visual in nature, and they're attracted to the youth, obviously, because it goes back to instincts. They're more fertile. A lot of psychiatrists and psychologists would basically all of them say the exact same thing. Is because it represents fertility. And I guess, men are very visual orientated. So if the woman is poorer, then I guess you would expect her to be good looking, or to have something, an X factor, so to speak, that would set her apart from all the other women, if it is not looks. Because it's not about money then. Yeah, it's got to be something else. Now,